Amelia had it all: a loving family, a successful career, and a spacious apartment overlooking a vibrant city. Life was a carefully curated Instagram feed, all sunshine and achievement. She volunteered at a local animal shelter, finding solace in furry companionship. Still, a piece remained missing: genuine love. One night, scrolling through countless profiles on a dating app, a face stopped her: piercing blue eyes, a disarmingly warm smile. Ethan. His profile was a tapestry of adventure and intellect. He loved hiking, poetry, and rescuing stray animals, just like her. It felt too good to be true. They messaged for hours, their conversations flowing effortlessly. He was witty, insightful, and seemed genuinely interested in her. He listened, empathized, and made her feel like the only woman in the world. Amelia started neglecting her friends, her work, even the animals at the shelter. Ethan was all that mattered. Weeks melted into months. Their online relationship deepened. They shared secrets, dreams, and fears. Ethan filled a void Amelia hadn't realized existed. He was her confidant, her rock, her everything. Yet a seed of doubt lingered. They had never video called, never met in person. He always had a reason: work, family emergencies, poor internet connection. He showered her with compliments, feeding her deepest insecurities. "You're the most amazing woman I've ever met," he'd say. "I can't wait to hold you in my arms." He painted vivid pictures of their future together: a cottage in the countryside surrounded by rescued animals. Amelia, blinded by love, ignored the red flags waving in the digital wind. One day, Ethan proposed a trip. He found a secluded cabin in the woods, perfect for a romantic getaway. Amelia, her heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation, agreed. This would be their first real meeting. Finally, she'd look into his eyes and know for sure. Don't miss out on the next chapter of this gripping tale. Subscribe and follow for more content. The drive to the cabin was long and winding. The GPS led her deeper and deeper into the dense forest. Amelia's excitement began to wane, replaced by a creeping unease. The woods seemed to press in on her, the silence broken only by the rustling of leaves and the distant cry of a bird. She arrived at the cabin as dusk painted the sky in hues of purple and orange. It was smaller than she'd imagined, weathered and slightly sinister. A shiver ran down her spine. There was no sign of Ethan. He hadn't responded to her last few messages. Her phone buzzed, the battery icon flashing red. No signal. Amelia tried to convince herself everything was fine. Maybe he was just running late or had car trouble. But a knot of dread tightened in her stomach. She stepped inside the cabin. The air was stale and cold, heavy with an unsettling silence. Cobwebs clung to the corners and dust covered every surface. It was clear no one had been here in a very long time. Night fell, shrouding the cabin in an oppressive darkness. Amelia huddled by the fireplace, the dying embers offering little comfort. The silence was broken by strange noises, scratching at the windows, whispers on the wind. Her fear morphed into a chilling certainty. Ethan wasn't coming. Suddenly, the room grew unnaturally cold. A low growl resonated from the shadows. Amelia's breath caught in her throat. Two glowing eyes pierced the darkness, followed by the outline of a creature, tall and gaunt, with long, sharp claws. Its skin was pale and stretched, almost translucent, revealing the grotesque structure beneath. It moved with an unnerving grace, gliding towards her, its eyes never leaving hers. Amelia scrambled back, her mind reeling. This couldn't be real. It was a nightmare. But the creature's stench, a putrid mix of decay and something ancient, was unmistakable. Amelia's carefully constructed life crumbled around her. The creature, a grotesque parody of a man, revealed its true nature. It fed on loneliness, on vulnerability, weaving intricate webs of deceit to lure its victims. Ethan wasn't real. He was a carefully crafted mask, a digital phantom. It spoke in Ethan's voice, its words dripping with false concern. It reminded her of all the intimate details she'd shared, twisting them into weapons against her. The creature reveled in her terror, her despair, drawing sustenance from her shattered soul. She was trapped in the cabin, her phone dead, the creature her only companion. It toyed with her, whispering promises of release, only to snatch them away with cruel laughter. Amelia's hope dwindled with each passing hour, replaced by a bone-deep terror that threatened to consume her. Have you ever experienced something similar? Share your story in the comments below. Days bled into nights. Amelia lost track of time. The creature's presence was a constant torment, a suffocating weight on her chest. It regaled her with tales of its past victims, their voices echoing through her nightmares. They were all lured by the same promise of love, only to be devoured by the monster that hid behind a human mask. Her once vibrant spirit was broken. The creature had taken everything from her, her friends, her family, her sanity. She was a hollow shell, existing solely for its amusement. The world outside the cabin faded into a distant memory. One day, the creature was gone. The oppressive weight that had crushed Amelia lifted. The silence was deafening yet strangely welcome. She stumbled out of the cabin, her body weak, her mind fragile. The forest seemed to part for her, leading her back to the main road. A passing car stopped. The driver, an elderly woman with kind eyes, took one look at Amelia and knew she had seen something unspeakable. She didn't ask questions. She just drove, delivering Amelia to the nearest hospital. There, surrounded by the sterile smell of antiseptic and the comforting hum of machines, Amelia slowly began to piece her life back together. She told her story, but no one believed her. They attributed her ordeal to dehydration, exhaustion, and the trauma of being lost in the woods. Months later, Amelia was released. She returned to a life that felt alien, haunted by the memories of the cabin and the creature that had stolen her life. She tried to move on, to forget, but the fear lingered, a constant shadow. One evening, scrolling through social media, a news article caught her eye. A young woman reported missing while on a hiking trip. The accompanying photo made Amelia's blood run cold. It was the elderly woman who had found her on the road. And beneath the article, a single comment, chilling in its familiarity. "You're the most amazing woman I've ever met." It was signed with a heart emoji. Amelia knew then that the cycle would never truly end. The creature was out there, preying on the lonely and the vulnerable, hiding behind a digital mask, waiting to strike again. And she, forever changed by her encounter, was left to carry the burden of her knowledge, a silent witness to the monster's insatiable hunger. The city lights blurred outside her window, each flickering bulb a potential victim, each lonely soul a feast for the creature. Amelia closed her eyes, the echo of Ethan's voice whispering in her ear, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of the digital world.